Hey, it's Y, and in this video, I'll be talking about the 5 love languages in the time of COVID-19, where this health crisis has put all of us in a physically and emotionally vulnerable position where it's harder to connect with people, and therefore it's also much more difficult to experience and receive the kind of love language as we are used to. I've been seeing a lot of posts on social media about the 5 love languages of Gary Chapman. So I was really curious on how these love languages could be expressed in the time of quarantine. In this time, everyone's social distancing, everyone needs to stay at home. Some people might not be with their partners, with their loved ones. Our social interactions have decreased. And of course, there's a COVID threat. If you're not familiar about the 5 love languages, it's actually developed by Gary Chapman in 1992. And he actually wrote a book about it. And it outlines 5 different general ways that romantic partners or even family members or friends experience and express love. In no particular order, the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, and receiving gifts. If you haven't taken the quiz, I highly suggest that you take it because it's really helpful in self-discovery and in strengthening relationships. So yeah, I'll put the link in the description box below. But if you already know your love language, I'm really interested in knowing, so please do comment them down below. Gary Chapman also actually has a video explaining the 5 love languages, and he tied it to the COVID-19 crisis, to this health crisis that we are experiencing now, which is really so relevant at this time. So I highly encourage you to watch it as well. I'll link it in the description box below. But he basically emphasized on the importance of knowing your love language and the love language of your loved ones, especially in this time of crisis, because love is one of the fundamental emotions that we need now as humans. So in his words, he said, if you feel love in this time, then you'll make it. You will be okay. But if you don't feel loved in this time of crisis, then you will really struggle. And he also mentioned a common dilemma among couples where one or the other would feel that they are not loved by their partners, but it's often actually just because they are not receiving their love language. The love language that they want to receive. Yeah. Gets. Ayan, dyan pumapasok yung hindi mo na siguro ako love. Tapos tuloy-tuloy na yung pag-overthink. So yeah, it's really cool to know what your love language is and your partner's love language is. Malay mo, wala naman talagang problema sa relationship nyo. Kailangan nyo lang talagang mas intindihin pa yung love language ng isa't isa. Anyways, I came across this article titled The 5 Love Languages and Understanding Mental Health in a Pandemic. And it touches on how people see and express these love languages in this time. For the mental health aspect, we can talk more about that in a different video. I think it's really an interesting topic at this time. But yeah, the article basically explained that the way we express and receive love has greatly changed as our social interactions have also moved from physical to online. So yeah, in this video, I want to dig deeper on how we could actually express these love languages in this time where we are all quarantined and staying at home. I am not a relationship expert, but of course it would be nice if I could be able to help you strengthen your relationship with the people you love, one way or another. Okay, so I feel like I've been blabbering for minutes now on the importance of these 5 love languages, but let's just get into it. Love language number 1 is quality time. So if your love language is quality time, you can set up Zoom meetings or FaceTime or Messenger calls with your loved ones and your friends. My friends and I keep in touch by having Zoom meetings at least once a week or every other week, and it has really helped so much in remembering the times we had back then. Wow, parang ancient times na yun. Yung nakakalabas pa tayo, nakakagala pa tayo. But yeah, setting Zoom calls is a way to remember na, uy, I'm here for you. I'm still your friend. We might be in physical isolation, but you're not alone. I'm here. Sobrang nakakalungkot sa quarantine. We also do Netflix party and play online games. Just ways we could spend time with each other online. So yeah, maybe you could do that too with your loved ones. I'm always G for a Netflix party. So if you'd like to invite me, just message me on Instagram. I'd really appreciate that. The second love language is words of affirmation. If you know anyone whose love language is words of affirmation, please do send them texts of encouragement or compliments. It'll really, really brighten up their day. This isn't my primary love language. It's usually the third or the fourth. But earlier today, I took it and it's now the second in my list. But yeah, a lot of my friends have been messaging me about Bite the Gram, about this YouTube channel, about my blog, just words of congratulations or encouragement or motivation. And I cannot tell you how much I've cried over these messages. Like, sobrang kinikilig talaga ako. Sobrang nakaka-touch siya. And I really, really appreciate my friends for reaching out to me in this time na parang ang onti nga ng social interactions. Ang dali kasi na ma-feel na you're alone or na wala nang silbi yung ginagawa mo sa life. Lalo na we're so uncertain about our future, ganyan. So it's really nice to hear or to read those texts from my friends. I love you all. So yeah, words of affirmation could really be helpful, so helpful in making things easier for people. The third love language is acts of service. This could be expressed by getting errands done, or maybe you could do the grocery run for your loved ones, or you could also help them with their project, with their work. I mean, especially now, everyone's transitioning online. You might have a family member whose love language is acts of service, who's also at the same time having difficulties transitioning online. Like, maybe they're transitioning to online classes or online work. It would be really nice if you could help them or assist them with whatever they need so that their life could be easier. This is actually my primary love language. And right now, I have so many things on my plate. I'm doing many things all at once. I'm juggling a lot right now. So it's really meaningful to me when my partner, his name is Jace, messages me, Cakes, yun yung tawagan namin. Cakes, do you need help with anything? Let me help you with this. Let me help you with that. Kilig. So yeah, it's really so nice of him. He also proofreads the blog posts that I make, the captions in every photo. Kaya rin when I introduce Bite the Gram or whenever I speak in Bite the Gram or of Bite the Gram, it's always in the plural form we. Because even if I'm working on this on my own most of the time, Jace is just always there for me to help me with it. So I also recognize what he's doing for me. Nakakalungkot pala kung mag-break kami bigla, no? This quarantine. Share pa ako ng love languages, tapos... The fourth love language is receiving gifts. It's so easy now to send people gifts all around the world because of the efficiency of online markets, online shops, and courier services. You could easily browse for gifts in Shopee or Lazada or other online shops and just ask them to send it directly to the doorstep of your loved one. And it's also so easy now to pay for things because of online means of payment. Wag lang sana kayo magpadala ng regalo sa loved ones nyo, tapos cash on delivery pala. Sila pa yung pinagbayad mo, grabe naman. Plus, this also isn't limited anymore to inedible objects. It's now easy to get food delivered to another person, right? Like Grab and Food Panda and other delivery services. You can ask for it to be delivered to another person's house rather than yours. I send my boyfriend food, but not all the time because I also don't have allowance right now as a student. Sakit. Speaking of cashing out money, you could also send gifts that don't require any spending. Like send them a really nice Spotify playlist that you've created on your own. Like, just songs that remind you of them. Or you could also send them a digital artwork. That would be so nice. And the fifth love language is, of course, physical touch. Okay, so I put this last because I actually don't know what to say. This is actually the most difficult one to give and receive in this time of quarantine because of social distancing and because we're told to stay at home. There's honestly no way to express this right now, which is sad. I don't know, I searched a lot on this the past days, but I really can't find anything. I've searched how to express physical touch as a love language for long distance relationship couples, but all I've read online is that you can send a gift that emphasizes physical touch. Like, for example, you can give a teddy bear to a loved one, or you could give a blanket that embraces them when they sleep. Yeah, things like that. But yeah, there's really no way to express this right now. I mean, sure, for people who are quarantined together, it's easier to express this, given that, of course, you observe proper hygiene. Like, you wash your hands first, you make sure that your clothes are sanitized first, wearing face mask and the shield. But for those who are distant, it can be really hard now. So if you have any suggestions on how this love language could be expressed at this time, please do comment them down below. This could be really helpful for other people whose primary love language is physical touch. And those are all my suggestions on how we could keep the love alive this quarantine. It's really important to do so because these times are honestly so difficult. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Tapos pinapabayaan pa tayo ng gobyerno. So it's best to practice sharing love in ways that we can. If you want to read more about this topic, I also wrote a blog post about it in bitethegram.com. I'll leave the link in the description box down below. Thank you for watching!